How you a designer and you can't sketch a dress?
How do you think she gets braid hair and she can't?
Y'all, so I'm taking my sewing machine to the repair shop today. I've had it for like 2 or 3 years and I've never been able to get it consistently to work right. So I'm gonna see if they can assist me today. So I took my machine to Southwest Sewing Machines in Houston. They specialize in repairing industrial machines and I was really happy with their service. So I'm about to go pick up my sewing machine from the repair shop. It's been there like a week and a half. I dropped it off and then like 3 days later they called me and said, hey, you're missing something, some piece that goes about a bobbin case. So I looked around for it and I actually had it here. Because the last time I took it apart, I got so frustrated, I just never put none of the stuff back. So I just put it in a little box. So I took the box to them, and then literally an hour later when I was getting home, they called me to say it was fixed. So I'm a little skeptical. I don't know if it's actually fixed, but I'm about to go see, and I'm going to make sure that they give me a little tutorial or something so that I can be sure like I know what I'm doing with it and ask some questions. And that's not going to like get oil on the thread?
No.
Okay.
No. It's okay. Putting oil on it right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how often?
And right here too.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. This one?
Mm-hmm.
You thread it like this?
I think I thread it correctly. Yes.
Okay. Look at the tension. Try the tension. Follow the thread.
Okay.
It's a correct tension.
Okay.
Okay. You can thread it?
Yes, I know how to thread it. Okay, so what if I'm sewing like a thicker material and I want to increase my tension?
Okay. You don't need it.
Don't ever mess with the tension?
The tension, no.
Okay.
It may be, is possible a little loose in the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Yes, you can put a little tension right here.
Uh-huh.
If necessary.
Okay, but try not to mess.
It's not. And this machine is a good machine.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of needles do you recommend that I buy for it?
This depends on your work.
I make
material.
like formal dresses, so prom dresses. So sometimes it's like spandex, sometimes it's sequins or satin, like anything for a dress.
Okay, and this size 14 is fine.
Okay.
Do you have needles?
I do.
Okay. What size needles do you have?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I haven't used this in so long.
Okay.
That's why when I dropped it off, they called me and told me like some of the things were missing because the last time I tried to fix it, I got so frustrated I didn't even put everything back.
That way for the zigzag, you can use that zigzag, right?
I'm kind of scared to try my zigzag feature out again, but this is what he showed me on how to use it. Okay, what is the difference between these two? This one controls this or what?
Both.
Okay.
Lose it. You can hold it this one and tie both.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. When you working straight again, middle up, loosen this one and that one, and you tie again.
Okay.
The machine is good.
Okay.
You
Wish
have
me
this,
luck.
right?
Yeah, I have a table at home. I just only bought that part, but okay. Looks good. Thank you.
Okay. Do you have another question?
So now that I got my machine back, I'm ready to start some new projects. I'm about to tape a pattern together on the floor, so I'm just vacuuming. My floor always has like sequins, fabric scraps, etc. Anyways, here is my pattern. I drafted this on my computer custom for my prom client, and it was a different challenge for me because she wanted a non-stretch dress with no waist seam. And I always do a waist seam so that I can do darts on the top and the bottom. So this one, I had to learn how to do fisheye darts. I'm going to show y'all what that means in just a second. So here's her pattern. That's the back pattern piece on the left with the longer train. And the front pattern piece is on the right. So as you can see, the fisheye darts are like a diamond-shaped dart in the like center of the bodice. There's the waistline, and then I have a side bust dart as well that helps the garment go over the curve of the boob. And The pattern does curve in naturally, but only slightly because I did have to include that fisheye dart so that it wouldn't be too drastic of a curve. And then that's the original side of the skirt, but I had to add some width to account for the fisheye dart that I added. And then here's the back pattern piece. It also has a fisheye dart and it's shorter because it doesn't have that side bust dart. It's just flat. And the shape does look kind of frumpy, but once that dart is closed, it'll have a more natural looking waistline. I go to the fabric store so much, you would think I was on payroll or getting some type of discount, but neither one of those is the case. Here we are again at high fashion. The lace that I picked out from Etsy for my client's dress, when it arrived, it was so ugly. Fortunately, the vendor had a policy for return, so I was able to send it back. And the only other fabric that I could find that I was in love with was this one. I know. This one I'll be taking her nowhere because what are you doing? How much money did we just spend on that fabric? Can you say it? What was the total? It's at the bottom.
40.
No, 400.
450.
$405.
$405.
Yeah, that's what we got. She can't quite yet run accounting for me, but we're working on it. And all I got, y'all, was 2.5 yards of fabric for that $405, but I made it work because I'm a master fabric finesser. I'm going to do a video later on to show y'all what I did with that dress because it really gave me a run for my money. I'm really excited about this purchase that I just made from Home Goods. It is a linen board and it has a gold frame, and I've been looking for one of these for a really long time, and it was only $30, very affordable. The reason that I bought this is because, as you guys know, when I do my prom consultations, I have like all these fabric samples like laid out on the table. Let me show y'all. So it's kind of like in disarray right now because I had a fitting today, so I had the dress on the table. But all of these like examples of fabrics that I be showing people, I want them to be off my table because I don't want to keep having to like put them out and put them away like when I switch from consultation mode to work mode because I only have one space to meet with clients and do my work. So magic solution is this. Consultation at 3:30, and as you can see, my office is a little bit of a mess, so I'm going to be just straightening up a little bit before my client gets here. She's going to be a few minutes late, so that actually works out perfectly fine. I'm just going to tidy up my desk, my little table that I keep over here. I had in my room because I was sewing in my room, so I would bring that in here, light a candle, and just like straighten up a little bit. That's my son and his friend, y'all. A lot of people don't realize I have a son, but yes, he is 14 going on 15. Hug your babies because the time goes by so fast. So before a consultation, I print out all the pictures the client sent me for their inspiration. This is an app called Print to Size, and I just print it on my home printer at home, present it to them during the consultation, say, these are the photos you sent me. Is this still what you have in mind? I wanted to close out this vlog by talking about a successful consultation that I had. I had a parent come in with her daughter, obviously, to get a prom dress made. And while I was taking her measurements, the mom got a phone call. And she was telling whoever was on the other end that, you know, the dress was pretty pricey, but that she felt comfortable you know, trusting me with her money and working with me because she felt like it was a professional environment that I was offering. And the things that I assume she perceived as being professional, I straightened up my office before she got here. You can see there are dresses in here on the other side of my room, like sample dresses. So you can see like I'm a real person that actually works. And I have, even though I gotta update these, I got pictures on my wall of my previous work, fabric samples on the wall as well. I sketched, this is one of the biggest things that I think contributed to her first impression. I have a contract, and you guys have seen my contract before. If you haven't, it's on my Etsy store. Super cheap. Go get you a copy. It's a Word document and a Canva document. Is this crooked? It's a Word document and a Canva document that you can edit to your own like business policies or whatever. But during the consultation, I go over the terms of the contract, the pricing. I also collect my payments on HoneyBook. If somebody wants to do like Cash App or Zelle or Cash, I'll take it. But my preference is HoneyBook because I just like for everything to be like automated and on paper or whatever. And then I also sketched the garment real time. So I have this croquis template on my contract because I want there to be proof that like the client knew what we were agreeing on as far as the vision of the dress and that they signed off on it because their signature is going to be on this paper. And I made a post about this in my group and in Anita's group, and a couple people commented and said that they were still like trying to wrap their heads around like doing the sketches. And there are some designers that do like amazing detailed like full color, you know, perfect computerized sketches, and I want to get there one day. I just haven't had the time to like I mean, I've done it before, but I feel like it takes me too long. So I haven't had the time to really like perfect my craft at it and just be able to get in there and get out with the sketch. So I just draw it on here, and then I use my friction erasable pen in case I need to make any changes or the client says, oh, well, I don't want this like this. Can you change it? Blah, blah, blah. So I thought that it would be good if I just did a little like quick real-time sketch so y'all can see an example of how to do one. I'm not the best artist, but I think as long as you get the main elements of the dress down to a point where you and the client can agree you're on the same page and make notes as well, then in my opinion, it's a good sketch. Last March, I traveled to Essay Zenibor's shop in Dallas, her bridal shop. I think we can all agree she is one of the best formal wear designers. And when she did her sketch, it wasn't anything like super complicated. She just whipped it up real fast like this and then showed it to the client, had them sign off on it or whatever. And that's what I try to do during my consultations, just to make sure that we're on the same page. So that being said, I'm going to grab a picture of a dress, and I'm going to show y'all how I would translate it onto paper. Okay, so let's do this one right here. So here I'm creating a dress like this. I'm going to be using sequins for the main fabric, and then there's these like petals here, and there's boning. So those are the main elements of the dress. So first thing I'm going to do is kind of draw the base. So I see boning at the waist area. I see rounded coverings over the bust like that. Low cleavage. And then that kind of dips down like that. I see the skirt kind of starts low like that. Train. So you're gonna draw your mermaid lines there. Little modest train. My pen is running out of ink. And then for the sequins, or let's do the petals next. So for that, I'm just gonna draw a bunch of little round pieces like that. I'm not the best artist, but you know, you just want to do something to make it look like you understand what vision you're trying to execute. There's a few over here. And then for the rest, I don't want to do squiggles because I already did squiggles for the petals. So I'm gonna just draw the rest of my sequins in like that. Illusion mesh. Petals. And then, of course, you want to ask your client how they want to do the back of the dress. Let's just say they want like a true corset. And it's going to be strapless across the back. Grommet holes. Sequin. Sequin. Zipper, I always draw my zipper and my waist seam so the clients know like there's going to be a line here. Little modest train. Write down if you're going to be adding horsehair braid. Sometimes I write the length of the train. I have that on the measurement chart as well, but I like to sketch it as well. Grommets and ribbon laces. And that's pretty much it. So what do y'all think? Does it look similar? Okay, let's do one more. Let's do this pink dress right here. So first thing I'm going to do is draw the bodice. For illusion mesh, I always use dotted lines. Dot, dot, dot. And then we see the dress itself cuts off around here. We got some tulle at the bottom, so I'm just going to start by doing this. You know. Tulle. Up here, we have our typical been done to death rhinestone bodice. Boom. Sequins. Pink 3D sequins. Then ask your client, what do you want the back of the dress to look like? This dress, this pink one, it looks like it's solid pink. I always draw my seams because I know I like to put a seam at the waist. That's just my preference. Solid back. Tool. Put colors too in your notes, y'all. And shades too. Because you don't want, this is your CYA document. You do not want to have a disagreement in the future about you having done something wrong or picked a wrong material when you went over all this in your consultation and the client signed it. So like, put as many notes as you would like to. Zipper. And there we go. It's not perfect, but I don't know. Look, it looked like a rhinestone bodice to me. What y'all think? So yeah, that's our little lesson today on how to sketch a garment. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's little lesson on sketching. Hope it gave y'all the confidence to try this yourself at home, especially if you are designing garments for other people as a profession. Like, there are certain things that I just feel like as a designer, when someone walks into your establishment and is handing you large amounts of money to produce something, there are just certain things you should be able to do. You should be able to be the expert on picking fabric for them. You shouldn't be asking them to go shop for their own fabric. And you should be able to sketch a dress, because how you a designer, you can't sketch a dress?
I think she can. She can braid hair and she can't.
Like, you know?
So how you saying you can play it?
And y'all just watch me do this. Like, it's real simple. I'm not an artist. I just did some scribbles, but it came together and it looks like a dress. And that's just part of the custom experience. We should all be striving to give our customers the best customer experience possible, because that is what fosters longevity in this industry. It gains return clients. It gains client referrals, and that's what we should be aiming for, is leaving lasting good impressions on our customers. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and I'll see you in the next video.